Okay, so this video is going to help you move your changing the subject from a bit harder from Tuesday. Okay, so here I've got a bracket. So the easiest way to do, I think, is to expand that bracket. So y equals 6x, then we'll subtract 3b. Oh, we want to make x a subject. And so now it looks like the questions you probably did on Tuesday. So I want to get x all by itself. So I'm going to add 3b. It's going to be y plus 3b equals 6x. And then I've got 6x. I just want x. I'm going to divide everything by 6. So it'll be y plus 3b all divided by 6 gives me x. And there we have our rearranged formula. So once we've expanded the bracket, it's just like the ones we did yesterday. Okay. Now this next one is harder because I've introduced some powers, but the idea is exactly the same. We just undo everything. So x was squared and then minus 5p. So I'm going to get rid of the 5p first. So I'm going to add 5p to both sides. So y plus 5p gives me x squared. And now the opposite of squaring is square rooting. So I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So take the square root of everything on the left. So it'll be y plus 5p all square rooted equals x. Now make sure your square root goes over everything to show that the whole thing was being square rooted. So I added 5p to both sides. That's the opposite of subtracting 5p. And I had to undo the square root. So it looks complicated, but you don't have to do anything with it. Okay, this next example is going to look at what we do when we have a square root. So similar to this one. This should be an x here. Okay, so I've got y equals the square root of 2 plus x. So first x had 2 added to it, then it was square rooted. So I go backwards. So I've got to undo the square root. So I'm going to square both sides first. So I get y squared. And then if I square this square root, I'm just left with the 2 plus x because I squared it. And now I don't want 2 plus x, I just want x. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. So y squared take away 2 equals x. So I've made x the subject for that one. And then, so we've looked at brackets, powers, and roots. This last example looks at what we do with a fraction. So here I've got y equals 3 plus x divided by p. So first we added 3 and then divided by p. So I'm going to do the last thing first. I'm going to multiply both sides by p. So yp will equal 3 plus x, because when I multiply this fraction by p, I eliminate the denominator. And again, I don't want 3 plus x. I want x by itself. I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. So it'd be yp take away 3 equals x. So I've changed my subject and now made x a subject. Okay. So you might want to go back and rewatch this video if you find trouble later on.